What is going on, guys? We are back with another video today on Madden 23, and today we are going to be doing a quote-unquote mock draft for the 2023 NFL Draft, but it's going to be decided by EA or Madden 23. I actually just got done recording one of these, and my Elgato collapsed and crashed the moment I hit end. Normally, when I hit end, it still saves it. Didn't save it. Super fun setting this thing up, because let me tell you, it takes at least like 30 minutes just to get all the trades and a lot of the players fixed. Not every player, but a lot of the players fixed. And we're hoping that we can have a decently realistic experience based on, where players are going to go and all that. And it was actually a lot of fun. So I'm going to, maybe compare some of the things from that one to this one while I mention it. And I will say it was a bit strange. There was some different picks. Pick one was not CJ Stroud. So we'll see what happens on this one. It was actually Bryce Young. And all the, rebuilds we've done, we've used Bengals class, and Bryce Young was number 1 with Stroud at number 2, and the Panthers still took Stroud every time, so we'll see. I've changed a few of the ratings, like I made Bijan Robinson faster. He's a little bit higher projected. Some of the projections are moved around a little bit, but overall, a lot of the players are, pretty similar to that. So we'll see what happens. And if you guys enjoy this video, maybe leave a like, maybe subscribe. It would actually kind of give me a little indicator that maybe you guys want to see me actually do like real draft content like next year. I've never really delved into it because people really haven't seemed super interested in me specifically doing it. So I didn't want to put a whole lot of time and effort into learning a whole new thing, which takes up a lot of time if people don't even really care, to be honest. But we are going to go in. Everything should be set. I'm gonna check one more time just in case, because I do not want to do this again. Like, I'm not going to influence any of the picks or anything like that, but I'm just going to make sure that, when it's the Cardinals pick, they didn't get like Josh Allen, the outside linebacker or something, when they obviously wouldn't have him in real life, which would influence their in-game pick. If they take play or not, doesn't matter. And of course, 32 doesn't exist in the first round this year, so we're just going to be taking some random player late, just because after we simulate the draft, after we get done with this first round, we will end up simulating the season and seeing how these players play. But first pick overall should be guaranteed to be QB. Is it Bryce again, like the last one I did? It is. Back-to-back Bryce Youngs. I can't remember if Bryce or Stroud went. I think, was it Will Anderson that went number 2? I think he went number 2 in the last one I did. We'll see what happens this time. It is Stroud this time. With that pick, it was actually, like I said, Will Anderson, which made Arizona go Jalen Carter, and they will still go Jalen Carter. Obviously, some concerns about, quote-unquote, being lazy, and obviously the off-field stuff. I think it was like Skip Bayless or something said, like, I can live with, I don't even remember exactly what happened. I didn't really fully look into it, but all I know is there was something about drinking and driving. I don't know if it was him or someone he was with, and somebody ended up dying. And like, maybe it's not his fault, so I guess maybe that's what he's saying. I don't know. But someone dying is pretty big, so I don't know if you can live with that. Colts did not take QB last time. They took... What did they take? They didn't take QB, that's all I know. And it might have actually been Will Anderson. Maybe number 2 was something else. I don't remember, but I know that, no, the Colts definitely took Will Anderson. So who the hell was number 2? Because it wasn't QB. Maybe it was QB. I don't freaking know. No, it couldn't have been, because I went on like a really big tirade saying if number 3 has Bryce or Stroud there, that pick could be massively valuable. And the Cardinals, not the closest team to a Super Bowl bound roster, so they could really benefit from not maybe as good of a trade as Chicago got, but a trade similar. And then this one, I believe, was Tyree Wilson, and it will be Tyree Wilson again. This was a shocker pick. I wonder if it's going to happen again. Let's see. Okay, well... Well, that's not the shocker I was... that wasn't the one. And they've got Jared Goff on the roster, so, I mean, I did nothing for this. But the shocker pick that it was, which this is obviously above that and beyond, the Raiders would probably be pissed. The Falcons may be pissed. It was Nolan Smith at number 6. So definitely different here. This is the strangest one I've ever seen, though. I don't necessarily hate it, but Jared Goff has kind of been disrespected quite a bit. You can't really say the Lions are in luxury pick territory just yet. They still have more needs, especially on the defense, but I don't hate it, I guess. Number 7, Lucas Van Ness. Number 8 was actually Anthony Richardson, the first one I did. And Brazil went to the Packers at 13 in the one I did. 9 for the Bears, Myles Murphy. You don't hate it. At this point, I think Myles Murphy was gone, so the Bears ended up taking, I think it was Broderick Jones. I can't remember. 10, Brian Branch, again. Number 11, O'Cyrus Torrence, which was also a pick that happened. This one I don't remember, actually. It was not Dalton Kincaid. I think the Commanders took Dalton Kincaid. The Packers. What? So, as a Packers fan, obviously I'm a little more invested in this one specifically, but the Packers, in my opinion, if they go offense in the first 2 rounds, I will be ecstatic. That's all I care about. Sure, if Van Ness is there at 13, it would be amazing. I don't think it's going to happen. There's obviously certain situations, certain players that would be worth taking, obviously, for the value. Brian Branch is there perhaps. But if the Packers took tackle, wide receiver, or tight end, any of those combinations in the first 2 rounds, I would be ecstatic. Unless, of course, it's a super reach, because I know they're really high on Dontavion Wicks. That would be a bit of a reach. I don't mind even if you take him in like the late 2nd or the early 3rd, I suppose, but not a 13, obviously. But let's see what this pick is. I'm guessing tight end, probably, to be honest. Paris Johnson. I don't hate that. So, of course, David Bakhtiari is getting older. His cap hit situation is getting kind of disgusting. Probably right tackle. Elton at left guard. He can't really play right tackle. So, he played it before the injury pretty well. Last year, Elton was terrible at tackle. I would probably prefer wide receiver there, but I would think anything but tight end at 13. You can obviously get a difference maker at tight end, but I just feel like you're going to be able to get one of the good tight ends high 2nd. I just think so, right? Like, you need multiple linemen. You need multiple wide receivers. You don't really need multiple tight ends. So around the league, I mean, as long as, there's not like 2 tight ends taken in the first 15 picks, I think they'll be there. But regardless, the Patriots pick now. Wide receiver Jordan Addison's the first one off the board, despite being the 3rd ranked in this class, which, I mean, it is what it is. The Patriots, I guess they have their type. The Jets, Broderick Jones, that had to be offensive lineman every day of the week. This, like I said, was Dalton Kincaid the first time I did it. This time it is Nolan Smith, who's actually there. And once again, Detroit took him all the way at 6 the first time. The Steelers, I think that was O-line, but it probably, especially since somehow no corners are gone, this has to be corner. Skoronski, in fairness, you can't blame a lineman. If they get corner, that was the pick last time as well. Nolan Smith at 6, Gonzalez at 18, even though Witherspoon is ranked higher in this class. This was Levis. This time it's Witherspoon. Not the biggest need, but I guess for value, maybe they're going to let Baker rock. Seattle, this probably is Kancey. And it's Quentin Johnston. They are doubling down. So last time, the top of the draft was really unrealistic, and the back end was realistic. Not that these picks can't happen, but it's this time the top is more realistic, where the bottom is not, other than Anthony Richardson to the Lions, which, I mean, I guess if he's there at 6, maybe, but Quentin Johnston at 20, 21, Kancey, which was actually, believe it or not, Bijan Robinson, which it did not go well for him. He had like 300 yards rushing. The Ravens, Steve Avila, you don't hate it, offensive lineman. JSN's there at 22, and they don't get QB. And Lamar Jackson hasn't signed yet. He's gone. He's out of there. I don't remember what this pick was for the Vikings. JSN, I think it was guard. It was actually O'Cyrus Torrence. It was 100% guard. This pick, I think, actually was Trenton Simpson last time. Levis to the Giants, who have Daniel Jones. I did give him Daniel Jones. Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen with the contract he just signed. The Giants, I can't remember what they took. Oh, I remember they took Deonte Banks because I said, DRC. Bijan to the Cowboys, that's interesting. Last time it was JSN, actually, because I said, they can't keep getting away with this. CD Lamb and now JSN. Then the Bills, it was Darnell Wright last time. This was Michael Mayer, and it will be Gibbs, who actually went to the Eagles last time. Darnell Washington to the Saints. Who the hell did the Saints take? Oh, yeah, they took a linebacker. Maybe it was Trenton Simpson, actually. They took a linebacker. Deonte Banks to the Eagles, fair enough. And then the Chiefs, I don't even remember what they took, honestly. Oh, they took DeJuan Jones last time as well, actually. So kind of cool that the game does kind of like, there's a little bit of consistency in there, right? And then last time at 32, I took an absolute goon. The Goon Squad, Theo Johnson. He was like 80 speed. He's a beast. Look at that. But sadly, I will have to basically turn Will Levis into a punter because there's literally zero chance the Giants get Will Levis. Like, I don't know why you would put... I like these picks, actually, from the Panthers. Really nice picks, actually. Not really a pick I hate other than the tight end we took, which was just a below 32. But... yeah, there's just no chance Levis is a Giant, so why would I do that? Let's go through each round, though. Let's quickly do that. Tippmann, that's where he went last time. I'm not going to keep saying, that's where he went this time anymore. Obviously, Mayer went very late. Josh Downs, Antonio Johnson went super late compared to the first one, which I didn't say exactly where they went. Drew Sanders actually was a Panther last time. It's so addicting. Why do the Packers keep taking running back? Oh my God. We will take a look at the Jets and Packers drafts after this because they are kind of like in the news lately. Cedric Tillman, Ringo in the 3rd round. Gervon Dexter all the way to 10. Interesting. Yeah, Laporta to the Packers in the 3rd would be a nut moment. Hendon Hooker I actually changed to like a high 2nd and ended up going to the Colts in the 3rd, which would be very nice for them. Maybe that's what they see. Maybe they're like, we're willing to take Hendon Hooker high 2nd. We don't know if anyone else is, even though he's been flying up the boards. It's a risk. But, yeah, I think Anthony Richardson, unless somebody trades up in front of him, the Colts have got to be shaking in their boots right now, right? Like, if they really like Anthony Richardson or Levis, obviously not both. If they like both, then it doesn't matter. But if they like only one or the other, they've got to be shaken. Because number 3 could be a trade down, right? Like, there's obviously some... very, very good defenders, but at the end of the day, if Arizona feels like they're better off getting multiple players rather than just one really good player, that trade down is very, very optional, especially when you consider the fact that the Colts are sitting at 4. It's going to make that value so much higher because they're like, well, the team's taking a quarterback at 4, right? Of course, looking at the Jets, Broderick Jones, great pick. Skinner, fair enough. Martin, fair enough. The safeties aren't that bad, are they? Linebacker, O-line. You'd like to see them take another lineman maybe on the interior. And I guess, their team actually is pretty good. They are actually in a pretty good spot. And then Green Bay, stupid freaking running back. I love the edge pick in the 2nd round. If the Packers don't end up with wide receiver or tight end in one of these 2 rounds, though, I'm going to be so mad. Obviously, Laporta, in the 3rd. He's definitely projected to go higher than that now. Yeah, not a good draft. Not a good draft in-game. There's like 3 good picks here. The rest are not, despite the fact that the Packers are really set up to have a draft. All right, I'm just hoping that day 1 starter tags work because I have set, what I could set. The Panthers fans are like, no, please. Panthers missed the playoffs in this one. The first one, they actually made it, and I think they won 1 game, lost the 2nd. This is what the lineup looks like for teams. Obviously, the Browns really didn't have much to do with the draft. Same with the Niners. The Packers are in it. With the Jets not in it with Rodgers. That is unfortunate. They're 6-11 with Rodgers. Okay, let's take a look at the stats. Jordan Love, one of the best quarterbacks in the league. I did drop his ratings down to 70 overall as well, so it's not like he's a god or something, but Bryce Young, decent enough, especially for a rookie. Obviously, in real life, that'd be great, but in-game, it's not, that special. Receiving, nothing crazy there. That's just for this team, though. Let's go across the board and see how many quarterbacks started that were rookies. We actually had rookie quarterbacks, like 5 of them start in the first one. I don't think that's going to happen here, though. Brady is back. Huh? I literally changed him to a punter. Bro, Brady is unstoppable. He will find his way. I literally traded him, turned him into a punter and then traded for Baker and then traded Baker to them and then, okay, I guess. Any other rookie names? Bryce Young and Stroud, very similar, obviously. The Panthers, built better than the damn Texans. Aaron Rodgers, not great, but definitely better than the Jets have had in a while. Pickett, decent little turnaround season. Ritter, starting quarterback, did really, really well. Anthony Richardson, because of the day one starter tag, starts over Jared Goff. Hendon Hooker, really good season for the Colts. They would look like geniuses making that play if that's how it turned out. As far as these running backs go, both of the guys, I believe, were drafted basically as backups, so I don't expect them to have that many numbers. What the hell? Gino with 600 rushing yards? Yeah, no, starting running back. Every running back that was drafted as a backup, so that's a little awkward, to be honest. Receiving, I don't know how many of the rookies are going to start. They had day one starter tags, but did they actually start? So far, it seems like the answer is no, as there's no wide receivers on the list here. Maybe tight end's going to be the highest you're going to have. Kate Otten with over 1,000 yards. That's kind of crazy, actually. What else do we have? Any rookies? No? Really weak rookie receiving and rushing numbers. Dalton Kincaid of the Texans. Really solid numbers there. I mean, Texans need a lot of everything, so it doesn't really shock me who gets them and where they go with that pick. But Michael Mayer, really good season. Laporta, very good season. Addison, the highest wide receiver, goes to the Patriots. Some players being wasted, though. Definitely some players being wasted. A lot of tight ends. Really not many wide receivers on this list, if any, other than Addison. Blocking, not seeing any rookies, which is pretty good, right? That's pretty impressive. Couple of Steelers linemen, of course, end up in there last second. Sack totals, wow. Aaron Donald went the F off. Horton, okay. What else? Carl Brooks. Jalen Carter with 11, nice. Where's the other fellas? BJ Ojulari, 7.5. Will Anderson, 7.5. Jervon Dexter with 5. Not seeing any other guys. Are they just having really bad seasons, I guess? Interceptions. Witherspoon with 6 interceptions. Really good numbers, obviously. Some safety edge. Nothing crazy, though. Where the hell did Van Ness go again? He was a top 10. Raiders? I know he went to the Raiders in the first one, but I don't know if he went to them in this one. He did, again. 3 sacks only, though. Ooh, he had 7.5 in the other one. Kicker punter, who gives a damn. Let's take a look at the MVP awards. I don't think any of the rookies were just good enough, but they were up there. Might have been up there. Only one, actually. There was 4 in the first sim. Coach of the Year goes to the Jaguars and went to the Eagles last time. Let's take a look if we had any Rookie Year awards for these guys. I would assume Hooker at 1, Carl Brooks at number 1 for the defense, and then nothing for any regular awards. Bryce Young, the Offensive Rookie of the Year for the NFC. Jalen Carter for the NFC for defense. And then DB. Okay, so an actual award win that isn't just rookie-based. Devin Witherspoon. Not bad. Let's take a look at who wins the Super Bowl and call it a Macarena. Eagles versus Bills. The first one was the Ravens versus the Bills, and I believe it was the Ravens that actually won. Holy crap, the Bills. 24-0. Let's take a look at these numbers. Let's take a look at who was in there, who won, and how they won. Buffalo beat the Indianapolis Colts by 3. Seattle beat the Niners by 4. Jacksonville doubled Tennessee's score. 5-point win for the Buccaneers. 14-point win for Denver. And then Detroit winning by 3 against Green Bay. Jacksonville taking out the Browns by 7. By 8 for the Eagles over the Seahawks. Another 3-point victory for the Bills. And Detroit beating the Buccaneers 28-0. And then the next week, where the Lions were probably feeling super high, they get smoked 35-7 against Detroit, 42-13 for the Bills over the Jaguars. And just like the Lions, Philadelphia was feeling good, then they get shut out in the Super Bowl 24-0 as the AFC's young quarterbacks continue to dominate and win and rack up Super Bowls. And that's going to be it. Let me know what you want your favorite team to take. And obviously, if you're going to mention it, let me know what team it is. Don't be like, I hope my team takes Michael Mayer. It's like, sure. And then they're like, my team is the Ravens. It's like, really? You want them? Okay, I guess. But obviously, as a Packers fan, I'd said it. I wouldn't hate Edge, obviously, if Van Ness is there at 13. Or I like Stokes. I think he'll come back strong. And obviously, Jair is him. So don't think corner, even if the, value is there, is worth it. Safety, perhaps. But I really want wide receiver and tight end in the first 2 rounds. A tackle I could live with, though. And yeah, I mean, that's about it. If you guys enjoyed this one, maybe leave a like, subscribe if you're new. Like I said, if this video for some reason went off, I would, definitely think about getting into the actual real draft process for next, NFL cycle for drafting, because it is very fun and interesting. It's just a lot of work, and, give credit to those guys that do that on YouTube and just in general. But yeah, maybe follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr, second channel PKR Plays, which at some point soon enough should have Star Wars, what is it called? Jedi Survivor. Don't know when that's actually coming out. I think it might be Friday. Can't guarantee exactly when that'll come out because the draft is, literally here. And if crazy draft picks happen or something, I either do rebuilds for them. I can't guarantee when things will come out. But definitely going to be playing that next on the second channel. And as things get a little more set in stone for scheduling-wise, might even slap in God of War, like alternating for that series. It'd be kind of cool. But that's about it. Thanks for watching. I would imagine Steelers came out a little earlier today. I was going to plan on just uploading Steelers. Almost just gave up on this, but I was like, screw it, I'm going to do it again. And yeah, tomorrow should be a rebuild. Nothing for Friday, I would imagine. But tomorrow could also, include some like draft reaction stuff. Friday could be like a rebuild for, the draft, whatever. But that's about it. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys come back for next video. But until next video, see ya!